Today, we're going to be talking about text structures. Now, we've been talking about text structures in class for the past week and a half. Does anyone remember what a text structure is? Yes, I know you remember. Good job. Well, let's review our objective. Our objective is, let's read it together. I can identify the different text structures and the signal words that are associated with each structure. Yes, good job. So, first of all, what is text structure? Now, when we look at that word structure, we know that that is talking about something being built. Think about a house being built. So that's what text structure is. It is the way that the text is organized. It is the way that it is made, arranged, organized, or put together. Now, this is very important that we know what the text structure of a particular text is, because once we know how the author has organized the text, we get a clue of what the main idea or what the author wants you to look for. So that's why it is very important. This is the relevance of learning about text structure, so that you can know why the author has that text presented in that particular way. Now, the first text structure that we have learned about is compare and contrast. Now, compare and contrast is to tell how two or more things are similar and different. Now, the word compare, what does compare mean? That's right. Compare means to tell how two or more things are, what's that word? Alike or similar. And the other word is contrast. And contrast is what? Good job. Contrast is to tell how two or more things are different. So if we look at the little picture, we have an apple and we have an orange. How they are alike? As the picture says, we're both fruit. But how are they different? If you said that the apple is red and the orange is orange, then you're exactly right. This is comparing and contrasting. Now, when we're reading a text, it's not that simple to pick out compare and contrast relationships. We actually have to look for signal words. Now, if you look at the Venn diagram, which is the graphic organizer that we use to find comparing and contrast relationships, as you can see on the outside of the Venn diagram, we have our contrast signal words. Let's repeat starting on the left side. Although, different from, however, in contrast, instead of, less than, more than. Now the right side, as opposed to, but not, on the contrary, or on contrast. On the other hand, unless, and while. Those are words that signal or let us know that we are about to have a difference of the two. Now, in the middle, you tell how they are the same. And these are the signal words that lets us compare. Alike, as well as, compare with, either or, likewise, not only, but also, resemble, same as, similar to, and similarly. Now, those are our signal words. Whenever you're reading a text, make sure that you look for those words. Now, don't, because you see it just once, it lets you know that this whole writing or the whole essay is compare and contrast. You have to see those words kind of repeatedly, or you have to see at least multiple of those words to actually have a compare and contrast relationship. Now, what I want you to do really quickly is I want you to compare and contrast the sports of basketball and football. I have created a Venn diagram for you here, which you won't be able to actually type on, but I want you to think about it, or grab a sheet of paper, pause the video, and compare and contrast football and basketball. See if you can come up with at least 5 differences and at least 3 similarities. Okay? Go ahead and do that really quickly. And our next text structure is sequence or chronological order. Let's say that word chronological. Let's say it together. Chronological. That's one of those big words that we have that we need to know, because it increases our vocabulary once we learn words like that. So sequence or chronological order, it tells us the sequence of events, the order in which events happen. So if we look at that little picture down at the bottom, see if you can put those in sequential order, or are they already in sequential order? Now, again, with sequential order or chronological order, We have signal words that lets us know that we are sequencing. After, before, first, initially, next, soon, today, while, afterwards, during, following, later, preceding, at last, meanwhile, second, third, when, then. And then don't forget about our dates and time. Those are very, very important. Remember the activity that we did in class about the Olympics when they gave us those dates or those years. Remember, dates, years, times, those are sequential order. Those are chronological order. Those lets us know that we are about to list some events in order. Let's practice chronological or sequencing. Tell me the steps of how to brush your teeth. What are the steps that you're going to take to how to brush your teeth? Now, remember how we did the making the peanut butter and jelly sandwich in class activity. It's more than 2 or 3 steps that you're going to have to do. You have to be very specific, or you will have someone confused if you don't tell them all the steps. Now, let's recap really quickly. What is compare and contrast? That's exactly right. Compare and contrast is to tell how 2 or more things are alike or different, and compare means alike. Good job. And contrast means awesome. Awesome. Now, sequence chronological order. Yes, let me hear it. What does it mean? That's right, to tell things in a particular order. Now, those are the 2 text structures that we have learned so far in class. Next time, let's see if you can get them right, because you're going to have a quiz coming soon.